Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we got the Bleach Immortal Soul up today. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we got the annual celebration up. This is still going on. It's going to be going on for another 7 days. So you want to make sure you get in there. Now, this is a really good event. Unlike the Christmas event, they actually giving you a free character. It's pretty easy to get. Basically, all you have to do is hit 180. As you can see, you still got the numerous I've still got like 1, 2, and I'm well over 180, like 260 right now. So there's plenty of leeway built into this, so that if you haven't been completely focusing on doing your dailies and everything, you can easily miss a few and still get the character, and you should, because he's a very good character. The actual draws, which are done under the mystery box, this is pretty much not very good. Okay, I've had a total of 40 draws so far, and I've only gotten a handful of the apples, 8. That's enough to get me 10 shards for Orihime. This is the Christmas version of Orihime. This is the Christmas Rukia. So this is just a way to get some shards for that. Nowhere near what was needed to actually get any of this stuff. Not even remotely close. You would have had to really spend a lot of money spinning on this under the mystery box, and just keep pumping out 3,000, and do it. Your goal and my goal is to get to 50. Okay, now that's where I want to get, because at 50 you can get 10 Omni shards. So I want to try to get 10 more draws out of this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, simply because I'm not sure that they're going to be resetting any of this, of the actual cool time event, recharge event. This right here, you can spend money, and you can possibly get them through here. Okay, that's one of the ways that you can get it. It only costs 99 cents, but you can get 3 more. Or I'm hoping that they'll actually reset the 7-day log on, and I'm hoping that they'll reset that tomorrow. But I don't think they're going to. But if they do reset that and give us another set of these, then I'll be able to get, hopefully I'll be able to get close enough to where I need to. But I don't think, 50s, so I'll be able to get, 2, 4, 6 inside of here. And then inside the celebration quest, I've still got, I think all these are cleared out. Yeah, all these are cleared out. So I'd be able to get another one in here, and another one in here. So I'd be able to get 2 more. So that's only 8, so I'd still come up 2 short. I would need to spend 99 cents to actually get the 50 draws that I would need. But I'm waiting to see if they do reset. If they do reset the actual celebration before I make a determination as if I want to drop 99 cents on anything. I have no trouble, dropping 99 cents. I don't have a big problem with that. I've actually had quite a bit of luck in the shards. I've actually had a luck getting more shards for the character than I actually have in actually getting the candy apples. So that's interesting. The candy apples were obtained. I got 3. I got 1 apple 3 times, and then I hit 1 5. So that's where I got the 8 at, because there's a 5 and a 1 drop, 5 drop and a 1 drop. So I got the 1 drop 3 times and then the 5 drop 1 time. So that's how I got the 8. But yeah, it just hasn't been, haven't been getting it very often. But I've been getting some shards, so I'm not too upset with the draws out of that. But you do get the character, and I do have the character. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. So I'm in the process of bringing him up because I think he'll be an excellent character to put into Guardian stance, considering, so this is him right here, considering his skill set. So as you can see, he's a Vermilion Bird. He has a very interesting skill set. The rage is this is his rage. So you can put him in the first slet on the Guardian stance, and he's, you don't have to worry about damage. Being taking damage, because when you're in the Guardian stance, you're free from damage. The only thing that happens is you use your rage. So if you could max him out to 94, which is currently what I am, and then max out his skill level to 94, I'm going to be hitting everybody with a full power rage. And I won't have to worry about him getting killed because he doesn't have these two options, which is the celebration blessing and the strengthen. He doesn't have these because he's only a 2-star. You get him, he's a 2-star. Okay, but you really only need to focus on the rage. So the rage is basically deals damage to all enemies, but then it increases the damage rate of the back row by 12% per 2 rounds and causes the allied back row to recover 120 rage after the rage attack has concluded. So this is going to be an extremely big boost. If you put him on your Guardian stance at the first slot, if you have higher initiative, he's going to go first. So before anybody's done anything, he's going to pop out his rage, hit damage to all enemies, and then he's going to buff up your back row. In my case, it would be Zangetsu, White Ichigo, and Kenpachi, my 3 heaviest damage dealers. So he's going to buff their damage rate. Okay. And then once they do their rage, which will probably be on the second move, he's going to hit. Some of them actually do it on the first. Like White Ichigo generally goes out on. White Ichigo goes all the time. When all of my fights roll out, White Ichigo in the arena and everything always does his rage immediately. On the first strike, his rage is always free. He has rage set up all the time, so he's automatically going to get 120. The others will probably get it on the next move because it's for 2 rounds, not for 1. So yeah, so it's really good skill. Okay, it's an excellent skill set, and it's an excellent Guardian skill set. So if you don't get him up to 4, you don't have to worry about it. You can still utilize him. And for those of you who are new to the actual game, if you go into your formation and look in the elite mode, this is the Guardian stance right here. Okay, these characters don't take damage. Okay, when the battle starts in an elite stage or in the battle arena, okay, when it starts, the player that has the highest initiative goes first. This will attack first and hit the other team. Okay, so he's immediately going to go hit rage, and then he's going to reduce these 3, White Ichigo, Kenpachi, Zangetsu. He's going to increase their damage rate. Okay, and then they're automatically going to get 120 rage after they do a rage. So as I said, White Ichigo in Battle Arena always opens up with his rage. Okay, so he's automatically going to get 120 rage after he goes that first time. Kenpachi and Zangetsu usually cap off in the second. Okay, so they're going to get it. Kenpachi's pretty much always on this. No, Zangetsu's pretty much always on the second. Kenpachi's shortly behind. So, but yeah, so it's really good. It's a really good rage set. Okay, and as you can see, this is Christmas Orihime. She's an excellent healer, but I really haven't had a chance to focus on these because I wanted to get my team set. This is my team, and it's not going to change. This is an excellent team. I blew through the elites with this and blew through 23 with this without any trouble whatsoever. I'm in the process of leveling them all up right now to jump into 20. I think it's 24. Yeah, to jump into 24. But right now I'm just redding them up. So as you can see, I've got red 4, red 4, red 4, and red 4. I'm working on Zangetsu. I'm going to red 4 him. Then I'm going to red 5. That was a pearl. That's my main team. And then once I have a little bit of free time, then I'm going to start focusing on 3 characters. I'm going to focus on Nnoitra, which we're going to go ahead and do him right now. So we had a soul box event for Nnoitra. So I'm going to go ahead and promote him up to 3 stars. Okay. So I need another 54 shards for him, but I don't have those right now. But I will be getting them in the future. I can always use Omni shards if I want to, but I'm not going to right now. So I'm moving him up. But what I do is a battle arena and Kenkachi, I can unlock this now at 3 stars, which is one of the reasons I wanted to get that soul box. So I do have the soul box for him, which means I do have his weapon. Okay, I do have that, and I have awakened that as well. So it can be used, in terms of that. So it's really nice when you think about it. So we have to promote this once, and then once you can promote it, you can awaken it, and there is awaken. Boom. So his weapon is awakened as well. Promote. And then you can awaken that. Awakening essentially doesn't really take anything. I have the tomb, so promote. Awaken. And I have the actual promote. Awaken. Light of the Cosmos. I thought I'd already purchased the Light of the Cosmos. So let's go into the Gear Exchange and Tombs. No, it's an emblem. Yeah, Light of the Cosmos. Light of the Cosmos is right here. Exchange for that. So then go back to the character. Awaken. So that's all of his stuff awakened. Which will able to activate the bonds. So I do have, that's one of the reasons I chose him over Nell, simply because of the fact that I could enact all of his bonds. So now I have all of his bonds. He's fully enacted. Okay, which makes the character much more powerful when they have the bonds because they get all these HP and attack buffs. Basically, he's a cheat character. I consider Nnoitra to be a complete cheat character in the arena. He's ridiculously overpowered. This skill right here, I think it's no, it's this one. Yes, this one right here. Okay. The first time Nnoitra receives fatal damage, he gains the deathmatch effect for 1 round. Damage that would be fatal is negated. So basically, I've done it multiple times. I hit him. He should die. He doesn't die, but that's not a problem. There are other characters like Yuri, Zasasapuro, which revive themselves or something like that. But this is completely different because for the next, you could hit him with rages. Everybody, okay, and it does absolutely no damage whatsoever. So you basically lose an entire turn. In Battle Arena, that's ridiculously overpowered. So I decided to, if you can't beat him, join him. So he will be in my Battle Arena team. That's the only place I'm going to use him because in terms of offering, team buffs or anything like that, not really that much can be offered. But from a pure standpoint of just maybe possibly getting that extra round in the arena, yeah, it's going to be. Anytime you go up with anytime I go up against in Battle Arena, go up against a person who has Nnoitra, okay. Even if I go first because my initiative is higher, I usually lose the battle. Okay, even if their power is slightly lower. And even me going first with a slightly higher power, I still lose the battle simply because if this kicks off, and it's usually going to, because if you're roughly equal, you're probably going to end up killing them in about 2 rounds. It activates, and that's what it goes. I mean, it just, and everybody for the next round just can't do damage, so he's still alive. So it extends the match, and it's. In Battle Arena where that is so important, that makes him OP. So I'm gonna get it. So I'm gonna bring him out. I've got no problem. He's attainable. They gave his soul box. So even though you would consider him a cheat character, it's not unfair because everybody can get him. Now, if they had him behind a paywall, then that's another matter entirely. Then yeah, no go there. But yeah, they had a soul box for him. Everybody can get him, so it's not like nobody can get him. But he is the best character for the arena. And I've played it out so many times. I've intentionally went against characters that had him in the team just to see what would happen, and I usually lose. Okay, I'll beat teams that are 20 or 30,000 more power than me, and I'll beat them. Okay, mostly, but even if I'm higher power, go first with initiative, I still lose 9 times out of 10 to a team that has Nnoitra in it. And I wanted to test that out before I made a decision as to whether or not I was actually going to spend the shards. I got the shards from the Soulbox event, and it was for both Nel and Nnoitra. But I wanted to make sure that it was really going to be Nnoitra was the best choice, because Nel is a Resurrection character, so she's good for some of your Soul Hall teams. But I'm satisfied with my current Soul Hall team, so I wasn't going to change that. And then all the bonds fell into place. I knew that I could complete all of the bonds for Nnoitra because I already had all the characters I need. So it was just a no-brainer to just spend all the shards on him, and that's what I've done. So as soon as I get him up to 4, I'll start applying him inside of the arena, and we'll see. See how it goes. I assume I'll be able to take my arena rank up. I'm usually in the top 20. I'll start out the day in the top 20, usually around between 20 and 25. By the time I'm finished, I'm usually like 15, between 15 and 10. So that's not that big of a deal. I don't really focus on that as much. I just do it daily because it's my dailies. I get 5 free ones, so I use all 5 of them a day. So it's no big deal. All right, so the second thing we're going to talk about here, who am I taking up? So it's been a big broad. So as you know, I got Kenpachi up to 6 stars. If you watched my last 2, was it not the last video, but the one before that, I believe it was. Either go back and see my previous videos, but I showed Kenpachi, taking him up to 6 star. But I do have more than enough shards to take up another character. So I was beating around the bush, banging it back, and who was I going to do? I pretty much narrowed it down to these 2. Okay. But I wasn't sure which one I was going to take out. And I finally decided that since the fact that White Ichigo pretty much comes out almost on the bat with his rage, it would probably be better to just go ahead and spend it on him for right now. So I've decided to go ahead and promote him. Okay. And then after that, I'm going to probably either, one of these 2, I'm going to take him up to 5 star as my next thing. I'm going to take them both to 5 stars, and that will be what I'll be for the near future. That will be the ultimate thing, is getting both of these guys up to 5 star. Okay. Trying to get access to when the soul boxes are going to be, events are going to be for them, and it's impossible. They're going to be having pretty much every character over the summer, they're telling, but just know when it's going to happen. So I can get Omni shards at a fairly decent rate through events. And through certain events that they have, so it's not that big of a deal. So I'm going to go ahead and take White Ichigo and promote him. Up to 6 star. So he's now 6 star, and I'll have to bring this up. I don't want to spend the cash yet because it takes like 2.2 million. So, and you can go through this, you can go through 1 million pretty fast. So watch how fast that changes to 28. Yeah, so, okay, so that's all set. So he's fully maxed out, just like Kenpachi. So, and he's got a good War Soul on him as well too, one of my Crimson. So he does good damage as well as the bleed. So that's at 6 characters. So we're getting up there. So that was my next thing. So now I have 2 6-star characters on my team, and I'll be focusing on that. I've still got quite a bit of shards left. I've got like 40. Yeah, I've got 40 shards left. So it's going to be a little bit of a while before I take up my next character. It's probably, I'm really leaning just towards Oricora, simply because of the fact that Zerapool has a revive. So even if he dies, he comes back. That saves me a lot. I know for a fact that people I was losing to in the battle arena before, I don't lose to them anymore, and I got a feeling that's mostly because of Zazu's ability to revive and extend the match. But Oricora, the reason it's important for him is because of what he offers, that he stay alive. So he's going to be a little bit less likely to stay alive. So, I'm going to need about 110 more shards So we'll have to focus on getting those. It's going to take me, take me a little while to get that. But they'll start having events. And they're going to start having, events where they're going to start having pools for characters and stuff. Plus, I heard the rumor that they're going to be putting more characters inside of the option boxes. The option boxes are these boxes right here, the reward exchange box, where you'll be able to put more characters in there. So they're talking about extending that out to other characters. So that's that. Now, Sunday, what I'm hearing is that Sundays, there will be a Sunday update, and that update will have Ichigo in it. Okay, so let me see here. I think it was in the world. Yeah, Yangai Ichigo will be coming on Sunday. Is what we're hearing, and since it's usually pretty good, he's actually. I think he has some contact Abyss or something, the Bleach Leaks team. So, yeah, this will be, this will still be up, of course, but Daiichigo will be dropping. So you want to make sure, remember, you're going to need 5 pulls to get him at 2-star. Your goal is to get him. Okay, you can use Omni Shards if you need to bring him up more, unless you've been saving a bunch of soul. Then you can just, of course, dump everything into it. But you need to have at least 10 just to get to 30, so that you can pull that. So try to keep between 10 and 13,000 Soul Jade, and you should be good, because when they do have the pool, they will have an event up for a Soul Jade rebate, and you will be able to get inside of that. They've also got the Bonanza up. You should definitely be pulling on this, simply because you can get Omni Shards. Okay, so you can get a bunch of Omni Shards. So if over the 2 days, try to pull at least 50. So I'm going to do, I did 30 today, I'll do 20 tomorrow to get my 50, and that will enable you to get 3 here. Okay. 5, so you got 2, 3, which is 5, 7. Okay, so that's 7 that you'll be able to get. This will reset to, okay, so you need to, not that one, this one right here continues on into the next day, so you can do this inside of a 2-day pool. Okay, so you want to make sure that you do that, because that's 7 shards. The 11-time exchange is still up. The event for that is over. I did not need any of these characters. I've already got Ishin up to 5 stars, and I wasn't anywhere close to being, and that's as far as I need to take him. So I went ahead and just purchased a bunch of, I purchased 2 sets of Omni Shards, and then I purchased some of these. Okay, so that's what I did, was just Omni Shards, which is what I was hoping. I was getting to the point now where none of this stuff really matters. I didn't need any shards for the weapon because I'd already got it. I have all the characters already, but none of them are in my teams. They're SSRs, so none of them are on my radar. Ishin was on my radar simply because of the fact that his bond affects one of my characters, but Ishin is set up in my Soul Jade, so I get shards for him frequently, 10 shards for him. Every 10 times that you draw and don't get a full character, you automatically get 10 shards, and that happens often. So I don't really see the need to spend, when I can get a bunch of Omni Shards, I don't see the need to spend any, to get some shards on him when I could just use it for other stuff. Which is what which is what you want it to be when you get to the point where you don't need any of the characters, and when they're not offering a new character, you could use it on something else. And that's what I like about the game. There's a lot of options that you can do. All right, so yeah, I did want to talk about that. Don't be banking on the candy apples, okay? Yeah, I did not see any. You would really had to spend a lot of Soul Jade and probably even quite a bit of cash to really actually get this many. Okay, the rates were just extremely low. Okay, but I don't have a problem with that. I'm fine with that, simply because of the fact that what I really wanted, this is what I wanted. I wanted him. Okay, and they gave it to him, easy to get, super easy to get. So focus on this. Even if you're just starting today, try to do as many as you can. There's a huge buffer. Okay, the buffer's huge, so you don't have to complete them all. You just need to get 180, and it's really easy to get. I got it yesterday. Okay, so yeah, it should not be any problems because we've still got a few days left. This looks to be, this event is going to be open for 7 more days. So even if you start right now, you should still be able to clear most of those in the 7 days. I did it in 5 days. So you should be able to clear this just starting today. You should be able to clear this and finish it before the event ends fairly easily. So get in there. This is a free character, good character, excellent character for a Guardian stance, especially if you're just starting out. Okay, you can use Omni Shards to level him up later. Okay, just you need to get the character. Omni Shards are useless if you don't have the character. Omni Shards can only be used to purchase, to be used on a character that you have. If you don't have him, you can't use Omni Shards to get him. So just get him at the 2-star, which is what you get. And maybe you get lucky like me and got a bunch of draws inside of I've got 17 shards for him, which is well on my way to making him to 3. But I'm not worried about putting him in my team. He's not going to go into my team, but I am going to be using him as the number 1 slot in my Guardian stance, and he will be replacing Unohana, simply because of the fact that while Unohana has an excellent heal, I can put Christmas or a Hime in to substitute for my heal. Okay, so I can put him in, get a buff on my, get an attack buff and an attack buff on my attackers, as well as a rage regen. Have second in line, have Orihime. Orihime does slightly more healing than Unohana if you equip her with the proper War Soul. Okay, so I'll be having a video on that once I move her in, but I haven't had a chance because she is going to be my healer. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and get that out there and tell everybody to get in there. Even if you have not been able to get in, just do this celebration because it's still 7 days, so you still have plenty of time to complete that celebration quest and get the UR version of Ichigo. And he has an excellent skill set. That rage skill is just totally awesome, and he can be an excellent Guardian stance character. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Once you subscribe, you'll see a bell. Click on that bell, you'll get notified each time I do drop a video, and I try to drop daily. Okay, and always like and share the video because that does help out the channel immensely. All right, so this is Ken Ram coming at you from the corner, signing out.